Also, I'm very sensitive to the cell phone. That's why I have bought one of these right here. When I talk on the phone, I plug it into my cell phone, if I can remember to do that. But one of the things that I've noticed, if I stay on my cell phone for a long period of time, I feel, I can feel the magnetic pull right here. And so basically what I usually do is try to limit the time that I'm on that cell phone. But this helps a lot. The only thing, when I ordered it, you have to press the button to hear, and when you turn the volume all the way up, it still is not really loud enough, as if you had your cell phone on. So one of the things I would do, I would definitely invest in one of these. They're only like $9 on Amazon. And I would try to limit the time that I speak on the cell phone. Because you got to understand, all this technology is linked to these cell phone towers. And I'm going to pan over there and let you see just one of them. That's not the biggest cell phone towers that I have seen. Those monsters are pulling some serious energy. And if your cell phone is almost about to die, it actually pulls harder and is searching for a place to link up to. So basically, our brains are electrical, and they will, annoy some people. Now, I watched a video on YouTube that was talking about the technology that's behind these cell phone towers. And really, the guy Nikola Tesla, who stumbled on this by some strange, he actually went mad after he developed all of this diabolical stuff. But I do believe he came to the conclusion, I think that he may have made the right choice not to keep pursuing that technology. But now, fast forward to 2018. These cell phone towers really use the same technology that Tesla invented. And Thomas Edison, who worked with Tesla, Nikola Tesla, when he was trying to invent the light bulb, which he had another apprentice who was a black guy who was working with him to develop the light bulb. But he and Tesla kind of fell out because Thomas Edison felt like Tesla's invention was more dangerous than his, to create the light bulb and stuff like that. Also, Tesla had stumbled on the fact that Tesla already had the wherewithals to know about the cell phone in the 1900s. And so what he was saying is that he was trying to push this, and he said that once he got it developed, you would be able to talk to people and see them at the same time around the world. Well, before he could get a hold of that, because I think he was a little exotic and had, some things going on as it was, Thomas Edison was saying that his type of electricity or electromagnetic discovery was dangerous because it could kill. So the way that Edison proved that his tower, which it just brings, even in biblical, when Yahuwah said that all of these different languages decided they were going to build a tower. Now, we all think that that tower was some kind of building, but what I think it was a tower, what Tesla stumbled onto, because Thomas Edison was trying to prove by destroying trying to destroy an elephant. There was an elephant that they used to use at Coney Island in New York. And, you know, he had a trainer who was an alcoholic and just pretty much abused the elephant. So basically, somehow the elephant ended up killing three men. And so Thomas Edison's group decided that they were trying to decide how to kill the elephant. If they were going to hang the elephant, if they were going to, you know, drown the elephant. They came up with all kinds of ideas on how to kill this elephant. And you know, it just behooves me to go back to slavery and the way that they were saying, oh, we can hang the elephant. They were thinking of all different kinds of ways to torture this elephant who had killed these three men. But what has come out in our time, after looking at the whole scenario, the whole bigger picture, basically, the trainer was an alcoholic. He had lost the elephant. The elephant ran off. And when the elephant ran off and people made all kinds of noises and stuff in fear of this elephant, the elephant ran over people, and I guess that's how he killed them. Three people. Okay, so once the elephant handler found out about, you know, he's going to be executed, he was like, I'm not going to lead him across that bridge to execute him. And so basically, they hooked this elephant up to what we call the cell phone tower. This tower that these people are erecting all over the United States can be used with the right type of constructs and with cell phones, could be used as a kill tower. And a lot of people are talking about how these towers, they're going to crank them up to 5G. Well, if I feel this tower, this energy, and it's not even up to 5G, then what's it going to be at 5G? And also, the elephant. Now get this, black folks. The elephant that they did this experiment on has the most melanin. It has melanin. And the pineal gland of that elephant, I don't know what they did or how they did it, but they shocked him. And smoke came out of this elephant. Because it can be used as a weapon. This 5G and all this stuff that we go around thinking we doing all this stuff, these iPhones, all of this stuff. The enemy, like I said, Satan does this stuff. He will come in with something that seems totally benign. Nothing is wrong with it. It's a wonderful thing. Oh, we can talk to people. Okay, the cell phone was okay, because we didn't have all this extra energy that they're putting in these cell phones. But now it's almost turned sinister, because when they crank it up to 5G, and they're saying within the next few years that's what they're going to do, that cell phone tower can be used as a kill tower. Now, one of the things that I think that we as black people have neglected to do, and in the beginning God spoke to his creation and he said, tend the garden. What does it mean to you when someone says tend the garden? That means Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden. And they did not tend the garden. They allowed a serpent to slither in and take over the garden. So here we are in 2018. And as God has spoke in his word, he said, if my people will humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways and seek my face, I will heal their land. And what I see, when he cursed our land, he told you what he was going to do. Then he said, I will heal your land. So if you were in charge of the garden in the beginning, he gave you that authority. He gave the Africans that authority. You are supposed to tend the garden. You are not supposed to let weeds grow up in the garden. You are not supposed to allow your children and yourself to do things that are in line with the devil in the garden. You are to watch your children, your brothers and sisters, even if they might be white. You are supposed to watch those relatives, neighbors, and friends. And when they're in your garden, which God gave to you, you are to be a light and to tell these people. They might not decide to do what you tell them to do, but you are not supposed to embrace this stuff that they're doing. You are not supposed to embrace all this research that's going on in these labs with nobody's watching. You're not supposed to embrace when these researchers are taking infant fetuses and cloning you're not even supposed to stand by while they create a human being in a petri dish. You are not. So, somebody's getting in their car and I know you probably wondering what in the world I'm talking about. You're not doing your job, basically. So, I would say, get to work. Because if you let your kids run amok, do whatever they want, you're going to have to pay for it. When these crazy folks that's in these labs, these geeks who don't give a care because they feel like life is not going their way, and they decide to clone a pig and a dog, or a half human and a duck, you gonna stand by and watch that? Or if they decide that they're going to make a robot that will kill folks and you can't catch that robot because he's armored up, it's something to think about. And you got people in these labs that have no monitoring. They have nobody's minding the store. And they come up with this crap every day. And you know what? As it was said, that we don't know where this Antichrist is coming from. It could be a bot that they created and allowed one of these fallen angels to get up in. Because as you know, these fallen angels have to get in something. It's either a human or a robot. And let me tell you something. They think that they can train this robot to have empathy and human traits? I don't think so. And guess what? They've always been known to create a Frankenstein. Once they created the Frankenstein, they had a hard time getting control of the Frankenstein. And from my standpoint, when I see those bots that they creating, they look like Chucky. All of them look like Chucky. So, I would say people need to wake up. People need to start paying more attention to these scientists in Silicon Valley. They need to stop paying more attention to what people are doing. Because the quality of your life could definitely be lowered if they continue to do what they're doing. And that is all I have to say for today. I will be back with another video. But right now, I am trying to do a fast on this cell phone to see how long I can go without checking YouTube or whatever. And we'll just see how it goes. And I think a lot of people need to start taking a fast, because anytime that you're addicted to something, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Alcohol, liquor, whatever. And I'm not addicted, but I do believe that people need to get in control of their cell phone use. And I think the best way to do it is to start to pay attention to how long you are on that cell phone. And just determine what's right for you. And buy you one of these, of course, because this can keep some of that electromagnetic energy off of you. And when you look around and you look at what's going on with the military and HAARP and all that stuff, and you see the shit that they're doing with these satellites, it would behoove everybody to start paying attention. And that's what I have to say for today. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye.